Welcome to The Real Side with Joe Messina. I'm your guest host, Arif Halaby. All right, let's get this out of the way. You need to go there. Check us out at the website, therealside.com. Give us a call at 855-REAL-JOE. That's 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. And you can be a part of the program. Listen, get on and tweet. Go to our Facebook page. Hey, have you heard of Parler? Maybe, huh? Isn't that interesting? All of a sudden, people are paying attention to what many folks, Joe Messina has been talking about, Dennis Prager have been speaking about with Prager University, nonstop, right here on the Real Side, conversation about the everyday censoring of conservative viewpoints. If the idea is to have the conversation about choice and freedom, about understanding, about debate, well, I think Facebook and Twitter, Google, YouTube, I think they've all thrown in the towel. They have all, and in some cases, they're even admitting it now as you kind of walk through and they say, oh, we're sorry. Well, it doesn't matter. You can't undo the election. Oh, well, you're right. We did suppress the Hunter Biden conversation, the Hunter Biden corruption, the Joe Biden corruption. Sorry, we didn't have that conversation. Is there really a coup? A coup attempt? Well, look, Pfizer got involved. Moderna, they all could have released the real results. Nothing shady. Don't get in there and sugarcoat anything, but let us know. The first time in history, the conversation about a vaccine coming on board so quickly, when the bureaucrats and, if I may, the swamp gets out of the way. Isn't it amazing what American business and American individuals and American leaders, their ingenuity, what that can produce? Imagine if we had that same leadership, that same conversation, that same commitment towards breast cancer, colon cancer, MS. When the energy was spent trying to overthrow the president, and we've talked about this, you've seen it, you've heard it on the show. You've seen it everywhere now. Everybody says, oh, you're right. Why are they so easy to deal with now? Why is everybody saying, oh, because they won in their mind the election. They pushed Joe Biden through. The guy doesn't even know if it's breakfast time or dinner time. Right? I mean, how embarrassing. You know they're going to take him out and say, oh, it's for health reasons in 6 months. You know the Kamala Harris administration is going to be part of your verbiage that you use, right? The vernacular of the day, right? That conversation. I'm trying to think of the right words as I mess up words. But you know the Harris administration will be the topic of your conversation 1 year from today at the dinner table. Yeah, you're going to see it. The coup attempt by James Comey, by Brennan, by Clapper. The coup attempt, and let's call it what it is. The coup attempt that had taken place by Pentagon officials. The New York Post reported last week what? Very straightforward, guys. Ready? Simple. A diplomat, let's read the headline, retiring diplomat, has come forward and says the defense officials misled Trump on troop count in Syria. The commander-in-chief, I mean, how can we even think that this is becoming normal? When suddenly you have individuals, generals or others, inside of an administration who believe that their opinion matters and that they don't report to the will of the people through the election of the president. I think something is wrong. Maybe you do. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. Go to the website, therealside.com. You can listen live. I also want you to get onto Facebook, tweet, tell us about it. Go into Parler. Start being part of that movement. Right? When we start seeing the push away from the censorship that happens in Facebook, the censorship that happens in Twitter, how is it that a few billionaires think that they are above the law? It's amazing to me. How is it that you and I can sit around and go, yeah, that's right. It was a coup attempt. Yeah, it was all, I mean, everything but in name only. Yeah, you know what? Pass the salt. And I want gravy with my turkey. Can you do that, please? And we all just go along and say, yeah, I guess that's the way it is. Take a look across the country. The Trump voters, the American voters, the voters for freedom are stepping up. You guys are getting out there. You're making a difference. The conversation inside of law enforcement circles, as a retired Los Angeles police officer, I can tell you, the conversation in law enforcement circles are behind you. They have enormous disgust for our left-wing progressive Antifa, BLM protesters and rioters. Listen, you want to protest, protest. That's what America's about. But you don't riot. You don't disturb people when they're eating dinner. You don't destroy their property. Where's that okay? And I thought the conversation where we can all sit around and discuss ideas, I can disagree with you, but I will defend the right for you to speak with it with my life. I'll defend your right to say things that I disagree with. Isn't that amazing? What happened to my liberal friends? What happened to my college professors? When you turn around and we think this coup attempt is real, I think it was. The more I see behind the scenes, you see, because they think they've won, they think nobody's going to pay attention. Well, you are. That's why you're here with us on The Real Side with Joe Messina. I'm your guest host, Arif Halaby. Stay with me as we return. Check us out at the website, therealside.com, 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Stay with me.
Are you paying too much for your health insurance? Are your deductibles too high? Or are you completely uninsured? If you answered yes to any of these questions, Healthcare Help Desk can help you now when people need help the most. Health insurance laws and rules have changed. If you have Obamacare, are uninsured, or your premiums are too high, call Healthcare Help Desk. It's free. New healthcare plans are available, and you may qualify for dental coverage and lower copays and deductibles. Make the free call now. Top quality coverage at the lowest prices anywhere. You may be paying too much and not even know it. In these troubled times, healthcare is more important than ever. Don't let another day go by without health insurance. Policies are being offered with very low copays and deductibles. So if you're uninsured, underinsured, or paying too much, call Healthcare Help Desk. Learn about your options before it's too late.
Call 800-964-1055. 800-964-1055.
Attention Medicare recipients and anyone turning 65. Medicare has approved new benefits not included with original Medicare and older Medicare Advantage plans. You may not be getting all of the benefits you're entitled to. These new Medicare Advantage plans may have many free new benefits including in-home aids, telephone appointments with your doctors, home-delivered meals and prescriptions. These benefits may be available and it's a free call to enroll. The easiest way to enroll is to call the Medicare Benefits Line, a free non-government service. The new plans may also offer free eyeglasses, free hearing aids, free wellness visits, and gym memberships. Call the Medicare Benefits Line now. It's easy. Find out if you're eligible for new benefits like meal and prescription delivery, in-home aids, and telemedicine. Some plans may have a $0 monthly premium or zero copays for big out-of-pocket savings.
Call 800-691-1655. 800-691-1655.
Medicare Benefits Line is not connected with or endorsed by any government agency or the federal Medicare program.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions Now.
Call 800-447-7570. 800-447-7570.
You guys have all heard the stories of the attempted coup, or what that might be called, when you have Brennan and you have Clapper, folks that in some cases knew what was going on behind the scenes, and some would say pulling the strings of what was going on behind the scenes. When all of a sudden President Trump is walking, if you will, through the White House, and there is almost like an old British or French court, where the king or queen has to look at his court, look across the room at those in their side of things, and really wonder, are they going to stab me in the back? Is there going to be poison in my cup? And yet, that's exactly what was happening. Metaphorically speaking, they were undermining the president. They didn't like him. Why? Well, they went after Michael Flynn. Michael Flynn explicitly was to go in and to clean up the intelligence department. So what did they do? Well, Comey was very clear. He sent in a couple of people without following protocol, specifically to trip up Michael Flynn and the Trump administration in the early days. He told us that. He was proud of it. And yet in that conversation of a coup, everybody thinks it's okay. Well, you know, it happens all the time. Oh, don't worry your pretty little head. We have Joe Biden coming in. Remember, he said he was running for Senate. They should just swear him into the Senate. Have him go take a seat on the Senate floor. Have him take a seat and look around and tell him, well, Mr. Biden, you are now Senator Biden again. He's like, yay. You know and I know. We have been around people in our lives, grandparents, uncles, aunts, maybe your parents, that have had cognitive issues, and we'll be polite about it. They can't remember certain things. They might forget what they were saying. They might be in the middle of a conversation, and then as their frustration builds, they either lash out with anger or they have some inappropriate laughter. We see that. We saw that with Joe Biden all the time. The only way that President Trump lost this election, I can tell you this as an avocation of mine, I think there are three things that hurt President Trump. Number one, it was a lousy first debate. I think that he shot himself in the foot. He made a mistake. He played it wrong. He guessed it wrong. Sometimes you do that in the fourth quarter with 45 seconds left. You make a bad call, and I think he did. I think for whatever reason he chose to be the attack dog on the story, instead of let Biden worm his way in and out of a conversation and not figure out and look around and go, where am I again? But the moment you stop the cognitive thinking as somebody starts going down a road, right? Look at your grandparents, parents, you see it. It's a reset. It's a mental reset. And he didn't give Joe Biden a chance to mess up. He kept stopping him. Okay. So that's number one. I think President Trump made a mistake with that debate. All right. Number two, no question about it. Everybody except 70 plus million of us everybody was after President Trump. The media. This is the first time the media, big business, big corporations, the Pfizers, the Apples, technology. CNN made a lifestyle. What are they going to do? You think their ratings were bad before? Wait till you see what happens with them now. Especially now that Fox News has given up speaking for 70 million of us. Right? Suddenly, all of a sudden, Fox News has decided it's going to compete with CNN to see who can get, the lowest ratings? They were perfectly fine doing what they were doing. And all of a sudden, who's running the show? It's not Rupert Murdoch. It's not even his kids anymore, his two sons. It's now their wives. The Me Too movement, the sexual harassment, Bill O'Reilly and others, the allegations at least, as that went through the stories, they said, well, we're going to at least look like we're making a difference. Right? They adopted the conversation of the left, which is symbolism over substance. Let's make sure we look like we're doing something and not really do something. Let's make sure we're making a difference, or at least look like we're making a difference. Symbolism over substance has really come to be the mantra of the far left. When we see that, where do we see it manifest itself? Well, in California, I can tell you, we're going to do a mask mandate. Symbolism. We're gonna stand there. We're going to be with this mask conversation. And then what happens to the governor? Well, we're going to cover this in the second hour. But what does he get caught doing? The same thing that he tells you shouldn't be doing. Look, symbolism over substance is a conversation starter for those of you. Speak to them at the dinner table. Thanksgiving doesn't have to become a blowout where you're throwing mashed potatoes across the room. This is Thanksgiving. Now, when you thank somebody, who are you thanking? Well, I don't know. You better be thanking somebody. Maybe God. Imagine that. And when you look at the state of the United States, when you look at the conversations that's going to be had across those dining room tables, whether it's the hypocrisy of the left, whether it's the conversation of why the Fox News and CNN is bouncing from idea to idea, and you look back at the beginning of all of this, and you say, wait a second, this seems like it was a coup attempt. This seems like it was a soft coup, right? What does that mean? It means nobody fired a bullet yet. And you have your brown shirts, except they wear all black, and they're called Antifa, upper middle class white people that are certainly Marxists. Why did President Trump have a record number of black voters? Because BLM doesn't speak for these people. They speak for the Marxists. They're terrorists. They're cowards. They come to your dinner table and they scream and yell at you when you're trying to enjoy dinner. They won't challenge you to a duel at dawn in the middle, right? Fisticuffs. They have to have 20 against 1. That's why you saw them pick on families leaving MAGA rallies. Look, when you think about this, why and how is this all intertwined? Guys, it's very simple. The coup attempt for the president of the United States started even before he was inaugurated. And maybe he, Mr. President Trump, never had a chance at winning a second term. Maybe there was just so many forces against him that they were putting it all on the line. So if he had won a second term, not only would they be caught, just like he caught Hillary with the phony dossier, but maybe you just wouldn't believe him.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 888-431-0562. That's 888-431-0562. 888-431-0562. 888-431-0562.
Dish TV is better than cable TV. Here's why. Dish has the nation's lowest TV price, along with an award-winning DVR that can skip commercials, record 8 shows at once, and get access to thousands of movies at your fingertips. Cable simply can't even compare. So the smart choice is to cut the cable and get Dish. Plus, you get all these great TV features, free HD DVR upgrade, free installation, and free movie channels. Say goodbye to cable and get more with Dish TV. 877-290-7764, 877-290-7764. As an added bonus, you can switch to Dish now and receive a $50 Visa gift card. So call now and get Dish TV. Call 877-290-7764, 877-290-7764. That's 877-290-7764. Limited time offer, 24-month commitment and credit qualification required. Cancellation fee, monthly equipment fees, and other restrictions apply. Promotion can change at any time.
Friend, do you remember when it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank to expand a business, go on vacation, or buy a new car? Well, today, withdrawing your own cash has become a very risky business, according to The Secret War, a shocking new research report. I just read it. And folks, I was amazed to learn why banks are now required to spy on us for the government and then report any suspicious or unusual behavior. I suggest you get The Secret War free. Just call the number on the screen, no charge, from the folks at Swiss America, and get this. Did you know simply spending cash today may be enough to have you branded as a potential criminal? That's right. The new war on cash is really a war against all freedom-loving Americans. The Secret War is yours free, so call the number on the screen and you can tell them Pat Boone gave you the number.
Coup attempt that has happened, I think, or that has been prepared to have happened for years. For literally 4.5 years. When he came down the escalator, 5 years. When all of a sudden, this random FBI investigation, this dossier, and all of this crazy conversation around what's happening with the president, and oh my gosh, Russia's influence. The way they finalized the coup attempt is by just keeping him from having a second term, by preventing him through all of these phony conversations, suppressing Moderna and Pfizer, suppressing the incompetence of Joe Biden, really exploiting the COVID conversation. exploiting your fear of, hey, any minute now that virus, it can jump out and get you. Remember that conversation? Flatten the curve. We're going to flatten the curve. 3.5 weeks and we flatten the curve. Okay, well, shoot, we flattened the curve. Let's flatten it. We did it. And then a little taste of power. All of a sudden, the governors, especially the Democrat governor, said, you mean people will actually do what we tell them to do? They'll wear a mask. They'll stay at home. We can scare the daylights out of them. Let's do it. And that really made a difference. All right, folks, we have a caller on the phone. Let's see.
Ed from Washington.
It's Ed. Hey, Ed from Washington. You're on the line. Hi, Ed. How are you?
I'm fine. I just want to point out to everybody, in case they've never been abroad or listened to new immigrants that come into our country about the way those governments lorded over the people. This is not over until the American people say it's over. This government of our country is a service organization to us. They do not exist without us, and they answer to us.
So when you say over, Ed, are you talking about the election?
I'm talking about anything that we decide is not over.
Uh-huh.
The one thing that we ask these managers, the Congress and all, to manage our affairs, is we do that by the selected areas of government control and the laws that say that they do things in a certain manner. And we have a certain amount of time, gracefully, that we will allow them to authenticate our legal votes within a certain amount of time. Beyond that time, if we allow it to continue on without these things being fully answered to our satisfaction, because we own this country, not any members of government.
Well, Ed, when you see...
I suggest that you people remember where you're living, and if this country turns to a socialist government like all the other countries have that are run by government, it's because of our fault.
You guys, listen, Ed, you speak wisdom, and we have seen the transformation of certain parts of Florida and New York and Pennsylvania and Ohio, where there have been immigrants that have come to this country from places like Venezuela, Cuba, oh my God, you see these regimes. Guys, I've been blessed to have traveled through most of the world, at least maybe 50 plus countries. And I can't tell you how beautiful some of these countries are. Oh my gosh, the people are amazing. They're lovely. The food, oh my gosh, it's incredible. The governments, horrible. The standard of living, not so much. The reason people will get in line. Yes.
One thing I want to add is I thank everyone that the people that work inside our government, the majority of them, not the warm bodies that are hired for that ignorant way of budgeting, but the people that work in our government for the most part, they're jealous. They want to protect their families against our country not having as many ignorant, incompetent, and corrupt people in our government. I applaud them every day because they could be doing their job in the public and the private sector, but they choose to because they care about this country. They care about themselves. They care about their neighbors.
Well, I think you're going to see. I think, Ed, thanks for calling. I think you're going to see across the board, folks, and we're going to cover it next hour as we talk about some of the corruption that went through and has continued to go through this COVID conversation, and how when you give a taste of power, you've seen it. When you work at a fast food restaurant and somebody goes from your coworker to the manager, or when I was a Los Angeles police officer and you're a police officer with a coworker and suddenly that person becomes a sergeant, or you are a manager at a store or a restaurant or at any place where suddenly somebody goes from no power to power or a little power to a lot of power. When that transformation happens, the character of that individual begins to shine. Good usually does good. As Dennis Prager says, there's two races in America, the decent and the indecent. Immediately labeled a racist because he doesn't see people by their race first. Listen, when I take a look at this from a standpoint, and Joe Messina and I have both spoken about this, when you look across and you see somebody and you see their race first and you judge them by their race first, is that not a separation of this country? Is that not a polarization on purpose? These are not dummies. When Harvard has a graduation that is just black and white is not allowed to attend, or a dorm where there are only black Americans. And you say, excuse me, wait. Isn't that what Martin Luther King fought about? And isn't that exactly what the KKK wants, is a separation? And isn't that exactly what Louis Farrakhan wants, a separation? So why is it that Nike and McDonald's and all of these American businesses that were once committed to judging a person by their character and not the color of their skin, why is it that they cave in like nobody's business? I think it's because they have zero soul, no soul, not a soul amongst the leadership. Now, I don't mean they're going to go to heaven or not. That's God's job, not mine. To judge their soul is not my job. I'm telling you they don't have a soul when it comes to the understanding, the appreciation, and the respect for America and what we stand for. Why is it that when we think about this and Fox News gets a little bit of pressure, poof, they disappear? They go, oh, we're going to now throw softball questions, as I was alluded to earlier, to somebody like Pete Buttigieg, right? The mayor of South Bend, Indiana. I have been to that city. It is a beautiful part of the country, but a pit hole of a city. Trash everywhere, broken down buildings everywhere, people on the street. You're telling me that a guy like that can run a country when he can't run a city? Maybe a nice human being, but no more would I have the mayor of Los Angeles think that he could be the governor, or that he has any clue on how to be a president. Again, maybe a nice person, but really? You take a look at the difference between the red and the blue states. Take a look at the flood of people leaving big cities. Take a look at the flood of people leaving the states that are run by Democrats. Try to get a U-Haul truck. Try to get a moving van out of California, out of Los Angeles, San Francisco, and get over to Dallas, out of New York and go down to Florida, New Jersey, go down to Florida. Try to see how much that costs. First, see if you can even get it. It's very difficult. Some of them are 2.5 months. Wait, months. That means when you sell your house, you have to know 2 months ahead of time, because there's no way you can move your stuff on the day. That's why there's corruption with the moving companies. That's why there's just a massive amount of fraud and scams with moving companies. Hey, listen, if today's the time for you to sell your house, get a few more dollars for it, sell or donate everything else, and just buy brand new. Pick up your suitcase, your toothbrush, and get on a plane. Or drive, and that's it. Leave the stuff that you're going to end up paying thousands of dollars for and end up with some sort of scam on the other side. Right? I think a lot of you don't realize the pressure behind the President of the United States, the coup attempt, the pressure behind. Try to research coup on your favorite search engine. And what do you see? Well, President Trump is going to stage a coup. President Trump is the coup. They don't talk about what happened to him. They fill it up with all of these articles. You can even get over to page 8 or page 10. Maybe finally everything is President Trump is the aggressor. Dangerous to confront. Only one person could have done it. Somebody who didn't need them for billionaire status. Somebody who didn't need the deep state to get permission to speak. Who utilized social media and the internet the best he could, and even Twitter had the gall to censor the President of the United States. Look, when Fox News pulls away and says, well, that is just, we're now going to give you editorial content. Really? Who died and made you king?
Mom, thank God you're going to be okay.
So relieved. But you both should know when my time comes, I have a final expense policy with Senior Care USA.
Is Senior Care USA the life insurance policy that helps loved ones pay for funeral expenses and other debts? Bill and I called to get more information.
Yes, and there's an immediate payout of up to $50,000.
If you're over 50, call Senior Care USA now to learn more about final expense insurance plans.
There's no medical exam, even if you have a pre-existing condition like I do. When I called, the quote was free, and there was no pressure.
I found out that policies start for as little as 35 cents a day. Rates will never increase and coverage won't decrease.
I'm going to call today.
Ask about the free prescription discount card. Oh, I'm so glad you'll be taken care of.
Call 1-800-822-7419. That's 1-800-822-7419.
But is it? It's really just the beginning, right? Have you written a book and want it published but don't know where to start? You're not alone. Page Publishing cuts through the confusion that most new authors face, like copyright protection, barcodes, printing, and digital uploading. We will get your book into bookstores now. We guide you through the publishing maze and help you distribute and sell your work in hard copy and ebook formats. That's right. We will digitize and place your book for sale on Amazon, Apple iBooks, and Google, offering it to millions. Don't waste another minute. Most publishers won't even look at new author submissions, but we're different. We review your book and provide you feedback in about a week. If we decide to publish your book, your work ends and ours begins. From copy editing and proofing to typesetting and book cover art, our team gets you into bookstores fast.
Call 1-877-461-5033.
Does your current bathroom need to be updated immediately? Introducing One Day Bath and Shower Remodeling, the complete and hassle-free way to get the new bathroom of your dreams in as little as 1 day, and for as little as $199 a month. Yes, the experts at One Day Bath and Shower Remodeling will come to you anywhere in the country and show you all the customized options. Now you can have a brand new bathroom in as little as 1 day. Large or small bathrooms, if you want a new bathtub or shower installed, we can do it in as little as 1 day. And if you call right now, you can save $750 off your remodel. We make it easy by offering you financing as low as $199 per month. So for as little as $199 a month, you can finally have the bathroom of your dreams. Call now to schedule your free in-home consultation.
Give us a call at 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Love to put you on the air and have a conversation about what I think was a coup attempt, numerous attempts over the last 4 years or beyond, maybe even prior to that, with President Trump. Why is it that we continue to see things like the Durham probe kind of went silent? I think Durham knew, as a lifelong government employee, a good guy, I'm sure, right? But a lifelong government employee, a lifelong status quo, part of the system kind of a guy. And all of a sudden, he goes dark when it comes to 6-8 months before the election. As soon as there was a chink in the armor, that President Trump could have some vulnerability with the COVID conversation, and all of a sudden, the indictments from Durham, the investigation from Durham starts to slow down. Announcements, right? Mueller was a leaking sieve. Frankly, I think Mueller is probably in a home right now, or at least has somebody attending to him. That poor guy, to let him go before Congress the way they did, he didn't have all of his faculties. Ask anybody privately that was in that room. They will tell you. Watching Mueller go through those, Robert Mueller go through those interviews with Congress and that investigation, those hearings, you feel kind of bad, almost like watching a Joe Biden press conference. You feel bad that Uncle Joe should just get, a sweater, a nice little Afghan, throw it across his legs, sit down and watch Gunsmoke. That's what I'm thinking. And he'll be doing that. He'll be doing that in 6 months. As I said earlier, a year from today, you will be talking about the Kamala Harris administration, or Joe Biden will be weekend at Bernie's. He's just going to be sitting down. Right, to watch him go through that election. You know who got into the biggest trouble in this conversation, in my opinion, is Jill Biden. How dare she? Right? I have a wife of nearly 30 years. How dare she ruin that relationship? Because that's what I count on. I count on my wife. Hey, Arif, your shirt's untucked in the back. Hey, Arif, you got something, in your tooth. You got some parsley hanging out. I expect her to take care of me. We watch out for each other. Hey, listen, you're losing it, buddy. We're not going to parade you through the public where you call me somebody else's name and you don't know what state you're in and you're in bed by 11 o'clock for your noon nap. Right? They ran a campaign where nearly never was the candidate out. There would be more of a candidacy for somebody running for, let's say, governor of a medium size or a small state. Joe Biden didn't get out. He didn't go to the organizations that required him to be a part of, right? The meetings, the conversations with leaders of cities, states, local. He didn't get there. He pretended on with a script. Yeah, hi there, buddy. And you look at him on a conference call, on a video conference call, and you wonder to yourself, you got to be kidding. Iran is not going to be afraid of us. China is not going to be afraid. North Korea is going to be launching missiles left and right. You see, President Trump, whether you liked him or didn't, listen, it'd be nice to meet him. I don't want to be his best friend. right? I don't want him to be the pastor of my church. I'm not interested in being his neighbor, although if I could afford a house in the same neighborhood as him, I would think that'd be cool. I just wanted him to be my president, fix the country. You're not my moral leader, right? I have my faith. That's my moral guidance. That's my compass. I have my family. But listen, President Trump didn't take anything from anybody. He didn't take stuff from other countries, from NATO. Right? You want to see bloated budgets. You want to see Europeans walking all over this country again. Heck, you want to see China. Oh, surprise, Joe Biden's here with his son cashing in on some other crazy deal. Right? How do you leave your laptop and then not come and pick it up? What kind of drugs are you on? When I say it's a coup attempt, how did the FBI have this computer last year and not bring it to the attention of President Trump? How did the FBI, the sitting director of the FBI, knew there was a money laundering investigation going on against Joe Biden? The sitting director of the FBI knew it and let the president continue without that knowledge. It's almost like they're baiting him to be brutal and harsh. Right? Instead of the natural respect that says, listen, you are a public servant, buddy. As Ed from Washington said, listen, you serve at the pleasure of the people. And because I don't elect the director of the FBI or the director of the CIA, I don't elect those people. I elect the president. So, by default, the president gets to decide if you stay or not. And what's happened with the normal, stalwarts, if you will, the Fox News, the Wall Street Journal, what happened to them jumping down the throats, if you will, of this Biden investigation because what? They don't want to be denied access if Joe Biden becomes president? There needs to be a conversation about why Fox News is becoming irrelevant. All but maybe Tucker Carlson, Laura Ingraham. How long can they last when you have, the Neil Cavutos of the world? I don't know what happened to Neil. What happened to some of these people? Because all of a sudden, behind the scenes, Newsmax doubles and will probably double again before the end of the year. And OAN, One America News Network, a great organization. One American News Network has been trying to get on Comcast cable for a very long time. They've tried for years for Charter and Spectrum TV. You have to pay for it if you or me or you. And OAN asks for less than 1/5 of the rate of MSNBC. Why is it that Charter Communications and Comcast doesn't put One American News Network on there? Let's think about this for a minute. I think Comcast owns MSNBC, doesn't it? Isn't that interesting? They own MSNBC. They are afraid to have somebody call BS on them. And listen, One American News Network, Newsmax, I think they're the future of the conservative movement. I think President Trump, stand by, is the future of the Republican and the conservative movement. Right? The standard rhinos where they're either, two sides of the same coin. Who? The Mitt Romneys, the Kasichs. Listen, again, maybe nice people. But they don't think you're that smart. They think you need to trust them. They don't believe in the people. They don't believe in the conversation that we, the people, they think it's we, the billionaires, we, the leaders. And President Trump, was a billionaire, I don't want to say by accident. He worked for it. But he doesn't let it define him. It's not like the Mitt Romneys that says, oh, but look at all my wealth. And when he needed President Trump, he was there. And then he turns and stabs him on the back. Look, the people of Utah, you guys are good people. I know a lot of you. Very good people. You can do better than Mitt Romney. Find somebody in your state that is a decent human being. There's a lot of them there that are powerful. A lot of them there. And get rid of somebody as crooked as Mitt Romney, as two-faced, as untrustworthy. That's the future. Why do you think a coup attempt, which finally led to a corrupt election against President Trump, why do you think it took place? Why do you think it had air, oxygen, the ability to work? Very simple. It had the ability because the stalwarts inside of the Republican Party, The people that say they're going to be there before and after any president who comes and goes because they have that kind of power. The Mitch McConnells, look, he did a great job pushing in judges. I like it, but they're conservative judges. They're the same thing that vote for him. He didn't do the bidding of the president. In fact, some would say he barely watched his back, but only if it was convenient. I think you have to have enough guts, America, to realize we watched a coup attempt, multiple attempts over the last 4 years. And now we took some casualties. Fox News. The leadership of Fox News have chosen to do something different called whatever the left wants. Caving into America. Not the people, but the conversation about progressiveness. Listen, I'm concerned. I'm in my 50s. I have kids. I live in the state of California. I can tell you how dirty, how corrupt. We have rolling blackouts like a third world country. We have trash. We have homeless people everywhere. And those are the people that have been elected to run the country. Joe Biden's administration is going to be chock full of California progressives. If you don't think problems are coming and now we're going to have electric cars everywhere, we can't even run electricity to homes. And you think this same progressive idea is going to run this country? I don't know. Hey, we'll be right back, folks.
Attention homeowners. Do you have a house that's in need of serious repairs? Do you have tenants that never seem to make their monthly payments? How about code violations, past due taxes, or maintenance costs you just can't afford? Then call my friends right now at Quick Cash Offer. They specialize in buying any home, no matter how ugly the situation. Turn that problem property into cash right now. It's just that simple. One call and you can get rid of that home headache forever. They buy the ugliest houses with instant closings, instant cash, and huge savings. Plus, there are no realtor fees, no listing fees, and no repair costs. Just cash in your hands for that painful property. They're buying a few more houses in your neighborhood this month. So take advantage of this cash offer and call Quick Cash Offer now.
855-296-8854. 855-296-8854. That's 855-296-8854.
Listen carefully. If your student loan debt is overwhelming you and things seem hopeless, we've got great news.
If you're still struggling with your student loan debt, there are government programs available that may actually lower your payments by consolidating your federal student loans. Just call us. We'll review your situation and work with you to consolidate your debt. In many cases, depending on your situation, we can lower your monthly payments in half or more. It doesn't matter how much you owe or how far behind you are. Even if you're in default, call us right now to find out how we can lower your payment in half immediately. You can stop the harassing phone calls and the wage garnishments. All you need to do is pick up the phone and call us right now. We can remove your default status, consolidate your federal student loans, lower your payments, and we can do it today. Stop worrying. This is a real solution that can help. So please call us right now.
Call 800-917-8671.
Are you over the age of 50? Want peace of mind and financial security for your family? Here's an important message to you and all seniors from the Final Expense Insurance Hotline. The average funeral costs about $7,000, even more. And the most government benefits will pay your family is only $255. That leaves your loved ones with a burden of paying your debts and funeral costs. Our plans start as low as $1 per day and will pay up to $30,000 for your funeral and other final expenses. There's no medical exam and you'll have lifetime coverage. Plus, your rates will never increase and your plan cannot be canceled regardless of your medical condition, as long as you make your premium payments. Get free information right now. Just answer a few simple questions and get approved right over the phone in just a few minutes. Call right now.
Call 855-221-7334.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next?
How do you get in front of companies or get a patent?
Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors just like you for 35 years.
And thousands of people contact them every month.
With 65 offices, you can meet with an InventHelp representative near you who will keep your idea confidential and explain their invention process step by step. InventHelp has helped over 10,000 inventors get patents. And they offer 3D animations and prototyping services to help demonstrate your idea. InventHelp's exclusive databank includes over 9,000 companies who have agreed to confidentially review new ideas, like yours.
Don't wonder what to do next. Take action right now and get the help you need from InventHelp.
InventHelp. Call today for free information.
800-880-2937. That's 800-880-2937 now.
All right, you can also give us a call at 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. The left needs to know that you are there. They think you are deplorable. I mean, that's a nice word to say in this group. They think you're gullible. They think that you are sheep, maybe 2 steps above sheep, but not much. And how do we know this? Because the third leading cause of death in the United States that most doctors don't even want you to know about. Uh-oh. Wait, is he talking about COVID? Nope. Well, first, let's talk about this. We have heart disease and cancer. That's number 1 and 2. Kind of hard to say cancer simply because there's so many different types of cancers. It's kind of like saying automobiles, right? Or vehicles. There's so many different types of vehicles. Well, cancer is the same thing. So many different types, but certainly, hey, listen, it's the number 1. Then you have heart disease. Well, that's pretty self-explanatory. So what might be the third? Anywhere between 250,000 people a year, to as many as 440,000 people a year. I was trying to do the math real quick in my head. Around 20 to 35,000 people a month die from this horrible, horrible disease. My God, what is happening that is killing 440,000 Americans every single year? I think we need to ban it. I certainly think we need to watch it. We need to get some hands on it. We need to get somebody to pay attention. Let's get a task force. I think that's the first thing. And let's keep numbers strolling. I want a counter. I want to see it on CNN. You notice those things are gone, by the way, huh? Isn't that interesting? The counters are gone. The reminder, the in-your-face on MSNBC of how many people are dying every single day, it's gone. Or at least it's not the same as it used to be. But isn't it interesting? We don't have a counter on something that is somewhere between 250,000 people a year and as many as 400. What is it? Medical malpractice. What? Let's start banning hospitals. I think we should ban doctors. That's my next thing. We need to ban doctors and hospitals because they are killing nearly as many as 500,000 people a year. Medical errors are the third leading cause of death after heart disease and cancer. Now, wait a second. Doesn't sound like that's really something that we can do, is it? Currently, the CDC uses a deaths collection system that only tallies causes of death occurred from diseases, morbid conditions, and injuries. And so where did this number come from? It comes from the American Medical Association. I mean, hey, guys, that means a Johns Hopkins study that claims between 250 and 440,000 per year, that's self-reporting. That means if they're telling on themselves, chances are pretty good they might be, look, if they are going to fudge it one way, push it one way, I'm thinking they're going to push it towards the lower side. Just a guess. And so, if this is the case, well, I want to hear about your COVID stories. If you have been tested positive for COVID and you never took the test, right? I've got 8 of those now that I personally know. They actually signed up to take the test. They never showed up for different reasons, scheduling reasons. They didn't show up. The line was long. They just decided to leave. And they got a letter a couple days later. Hey, you tested positive. And that's those numbers, by the way, guys. That's that ticker that you see on the top of CNN or Fox where they just keep running that ticker. Oh my gosh, any minute now it's coming down the street. Or how about a friend of mine? It's real tragic. I certainly do not mean to make light of it, but I think you need to know about it. A friend of mine whose granddaughter and he were in a car accident. He and his wife and his granddaughter, and the little 1-year-old died in the car accident. Super tragic, horrible thing. They did surgery all night to try to save her. She passed in the morning. Heartbreaking to all of us. A couple weeks later, he gets a death certificate. What does it say? Yep. You guess it, COVID. How about a friend of the family who had a relative that passed away and then had a check handed to them and said, hey, listen, let us put COVID. We'll give you $5,000 if you allow us to put COVID on the death certificate. Or how about a relative of mine who had a stroke this time last year before COVID was even a thing, before the Wuhan flu came to the United States. It was still sitting in a lab in Wuhan. Before it came to the United States, a relative of mine had a stroke. They went to the hospital. They passed early in the year. Surprised it was COVID. Person was basically a vegetable in the hospital. Was on life support, if you will, before passing, before COVID even existed. Listen, I'm not saying people aren't getting sick. I have had friends that have been really sick. What I'm saying is, why is it you think that through this coup attempt, why is it that the real conversation about coronavirus, about the impact of the Wuhan flu and what that does to you and me and all of us. Yes, it's horrible. Have you seen people die of spinal meningitis? Of course it's horrible. But why did they lie to us?
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Broken AC, $4,600. Water heater, $1,500. Fridge on the fritz, $1,000. You need home warranty coverage from the Home Service Club for around $1 a day. If any of your covered appliances and systems break down, HSC will either repair or replace them.
HSC provides coverage of up to 47 different appliances and systems in your home.
I trust HSC.
HSC has over 15,000 pre-screened, highly rated technicians with the fastest response time in the industry. They cover everything from ACs, stoves, fridges, pool pumps, and more. Call the number on your screen now for a free, no-obligation quote from a trusted HSC specialist about a home warranty for your entire home, backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now and get 1 month free plus $75 off your first year of coverage. 1 month free and $75 off your first year. The Home Service Club.
I didn't know some Medicare Advantage plans may pay for dental visits. Did you?
I didn't know some Medicare Advantage plans may pay for transportation to my doctor. Did you?
I didn't know some Medicare Advantage plans may pay to have my prescriptions delivered directly to my home. Did you?
These and more are important benefits some Medicare Advantage plans may give you. So if you're eligible for Medicare, call us right now because you may be eligible to enroll in a plan with amazing additional benefits. Some Medicare Advantage plans may pay for services like these: dental visits, vision coverage, hearing coverage, home delivery of drugs, even gym memberships. Some plans may include no copays for many services and zero deductibles. Don't wait to find out if you're eligible to enroll in a plan that may include some of these wonderful benefits you deserve. Call us right now. The call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation. Make this free call now to learn if you're eligible to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan that may include additional benefits you want. Call us right now.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Ilhan Omar. Very sweet of her to talk about losing civil liberties. Was she talking about the folks in Sharia law? I'm not sure. Was she talking about the women that were, forced into sex slavery at 12, 14 years old throughout Afghanistan and Somalia? I'm not sure whose civil liberty she was talking about. Be worth it for you to check it out and let us know. Hey, listen, we're talking about Johns Hopkins University in 2018 came out with a study that said between 250,000 and 440,000 Americans die every single year from medical malpractice. And these medical errors are the third leading cause of death. Now, this is, of course, before coronavirus, so they're going to throw this in there. But I'm telling you of personal experiences where these numbers are wrong. Maybe I'm the only one in the country. Give us a call. If you've been diagnosed wrongly with COVID or you've had a family member, I heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend, right? This isn't an 80s song. I want to know if it's you or a family member, somebody that you can tell me firsthand that was diagnosed positive with coronavirus and yet maybe never took the test. Or somebody who was paid. We got reports of people being paid $5,000 to allow us to put coronavirus on the death certificate so that you can, in fact, they can collect money from the federal government. The amount of forgery and fraud when you add money, when you put money to this, the amount of small and medium-sized hospitals across the country. And maybe some of you are or not are aware, but in the summertime or early summer, May, June, the United States started flooding in folks from Mexico to be treated in the southern part of the United States. Yep. In fact, hundreds, if not thousands of people a week were flooding into Tucson, all the way up to Phoenix, San Diego, all the way up to Sacramento, California, up through Texas, New Mexico. You had folks that were coming to the United... Listen, a lot of folks were dying in Mexico. It's righteous. They were dying. They had zero, very lousy medical treatment in some of the northern border towns. So they came to the United States. Instead of having an asterisk next to those deaths or those cases and saying, oh, by the way, these aren't American cases. These are Mexican cases. They should count for Mexicans total, not ours. Instead, they said, oh, we got a summer surge. Let's lock down. Now, I tell you this because, oh my gosh, if this is real... Let's think about this for a minute. And listen, I'm not saying the virus isn't real. It's a real thing. I'm saying the panic, the exaggeration, something is wrong. I don't know what. I know this is not, politically correct. Even conservatives are sitting in their home with their head in a, I don't know, try to squeeze it in a cozy where you're with your soda pop. I get it. You guys are scared. But when you drive by yourself in a car with gloves and a mask, listen, I can't help you with logic. You guys know I spent nearly 11 years as a Los Angeles policeman before a big car accident. Listen, we were taught to read people. You're taught logic. That's the one thing that law enforcement has. They may not have book knowledge. Oh, a PhD. I don't care. They can read people. They know when something's wrong. They can tell you something's fishy. They may not always know the end of the story right up front. There's something wrong. And you guys know it. Women, you guys have it. It's called women's intuition. I think men have it too. They have it. It's a gut instinct, we call it, whatever it is. Women's intuition. Trust it, ladies. You know something is wrong. Because when the coronavirus, which has been studied, by the way, folks, for 20 plus years, it's not a new thing. And when Fauci and the Attorney General of the United States, at the beginning of the year say, not even the beginning, February, March, go outside, don't wear a mask. We're not wearing masks. You would never wear a mask. That's the worst thing you can do. When friends of mine were at the CDC, they said, you do not wear a mask with the coronavirus. And yet the politicians find this way as a way to control you. Why do I say that? Very simply. Just take a look at a couple of days ago. One of the largest states in the union, California, Gavin Newsom, is at a party without a mask and without social distance. If that man was privy to information about how deadly this was, and we could die at any minute, any second, guys, it's coming around the corner. Do you think he would put himself in that position? Well, I will sacrifice my life for a birthday party. I will stand before all to celebrate this party and Come on. I'm telling you, the politicians don't believe it. Why? Lori Lightfoot goes in Chicago. She gets her hair done. And when confronted, the gall, the arrogance, and as my parents might say, the shame that one should have felt, which was pretty simple. Oh, you're right. I shouldn't have done it. Do you think she thought, at any minute I could die of coronavirus, but it's worth getting my hair done? And she says, listen, I'm a public figure. It's different for me. I'm in front of the camera every day. I'm supposed to get my hair done. Are you kidding me? And you guys did not stone her or throw tomatoes or run her out on a rail or tar and feather, whatever the Wild West of days of old. Everybody goes, yeah, you're right. She's better than us. Of course she should get her hair done. And the queen of all hypocrisy, Nancy Pelosi, walks through, makes an appointment for her own hair to get done, and folks, without a mask. If she thought she could die at any minute, being in her 80s, let alone your age, do you think she would have went and got her hair? It's worth it to get my hair done. I will sacrifice my life for my hair. Come on. Listen, of course people are dying. They die from car accidents, from lupus. They die from Hodgkin's lymphoma. I mean, listen, it's a horrible death. I've seen cancer patients pass away, friends and family. I get it. But we're supposed to shut down the entire country? You're supposed to not celebrate with your friends and family? Why? Because there's Thanksgiving. What will many, if not most of you be doing? Thanking who? Maybe once a year you were going to pray. Maybe this once a year you will pray over your food and you will thank God. Is there any connection between them saying, we don't want Thanksgiving? That tends to breed a little bit of faith, tends to breed a little bit of, well, maybe, just maybe, I am not the king of California or of New York City or New York State. I mean, the arrogance, I get the whole Italian, I'm a tough guy arrogance Cuomo has in New York. I'll punch him in the nose, I'll take you in the back. I get it. We've all been on the schoolyard. But, buddy, you are the governor of New York. And you sent people to their death.
Are you paying too much for your health insurance? Are your deductibles too high? Or are you completely uninsured? If you answered yes to any of these questions, Healthcare Help Desk can help you now when people need help the most. Health insurance laws and rules have changed. If you have Obamacare, are uninsured, or your premiums are too high, call Healthcare Help Desk. It's free. New healthcare plans are available, and you may qualify for dental coverage and lower copays and deductibles. Make the free call now. Top quality coverage at the lowest prices anywhere. You may be paying too much and not even know it. In these troubled times, healthcare is more important than ever. Don't let another day go by without health insurance. Policies are being offered with very low copays and deductibles. So if you're uninsured, underinsured, or paying too much, call Healthcare Help Desk. Learn about your options before it's too late.
Call 800-964-1055. 800-964-1055.
Attention Medicare recipients and anyone turning 65. Medicare has approved new benefits not included with original Medicare and older Medicare Advantage plans. You may not be getting all of the benefits you're entitled to. These new Medicare Advantage plans may have many free new benefits including in-home aids, telephone appointments with your doctors, home-delivered meals and prescriptions. These benefits may be available and it's a free call to enroll. The easiest way to enroll is to call the Medicare Benefits Line, a free non-government service. The new plans may also offer free eyeglasses, free hearing aids, free wellness visits, and gym memberships. Call the Medicare Benefits Line now. It's easy. Find out if you're eligible for new benefits like meal and prescription delivery, in-home aids, and telemedicine. Some plans may have a $0 monthly premium or zero copays for big out-of-pocket savings.
Call 800-691-1655. 800-691-1655.
Medicare Benefits Line is not connected with or endorsed by any government agency or the federal Medicare program.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-447-7570. 800-447-7570.
Hey, welcome back to The Real Side with Joe Messina. I'm Arif Halaby. Thanks for staying with me. Joe Messina will be back tomorrow. And hey, listen, thanks, Joe, for letting me fill in. I appreciate you guys allowing me to be a part of your evening. Get into the chat rooms. Let us know what you're thinking. Get into Facebook. Get into Twitter. Get into Parler. It's an amazing opportunity, I think, for you to help launch a much more fair and organized platform. In fact, you can be a part of it. All right, so give that a shot. All right, listen, we're talking about the coronavirus, and is it as serious as they're saying? And if the politicians and the medical facilities that are out there, the medical staff, if they actually believed it, would they be doing what they're doing? In other words, if you think this is going to eliminate, kill the world, kill a healthy young male, female, shouldn't we be doing things differently? Okay, so let's talk about this. I ask quite a few medical professionals I know, many of them as clients. I'm a financial professional by trade, retired Los Angeles policeman. So I happen to know a few of them. Some of them are clients. And I ask them, I said, hey, what do you think about mask wearing? There's a lot of controversy. What do you think? So I'm going to give you the compilation. I'm going to give you, certainly not one of them, but there's around 22 that I've asked. And they say this. They said, first, I say, should we as citizens be wearing a mask day to day? Okay, so when I ask that question, first they stop laughing. And this is the general response. Not all of them, but generally they stop laughing and they chuckle a little bit, they smirk, and they say, listen, Arif, if we're telling you that there's a virus on this side of the mask or that side, in other words, it's keeping me from you or you from me from getting the disease. In other words, the virus is right there. It's around the corner. Then that mask is not supposed to go on your rearview mirror. It's not supposed to go in your purse or your briefcase or your pocket, sit on your countertop. Why? Because there's virus. Touched it, put it here, touched my pen on the counter. Well, that's why you're supposed to wash your hands. Here's what they say. They said, Arif, look, the reason we wear masks when we go in a room and out of a room is because immediately we take it off because it could have some disease or something on it. And if the medical profession that is currently getting all of the media, not most of them are shut down. Most of them are quieted. Right? They have a career. They have student loans. They don't want to be shut down out of their career. They don't want to be chased away from their practice. And so what do? They said, Arif, when was the last time you were taught how to wear PPE, personal protection equipment? When were you taught how to wear a mask or gloves? I said, I don't know, never. I mean, I think I know how to use it, but I just watch people. He said, exactly. Because you're supposed to take it off every time you change the people you are around. That means you walk into a room with 3 people. You have to put on a different mask, a different set of gloves. You don't touch your face, don't touch your mask. You walk out of the room and you have 2 different people in the room, and maybe one of them goes with you, but there's a whole new one. You take that mask off, you put on a fresh one. And where does the mask go? If we think that son of a gun has virus on it, where does it go? In the trash. In a red trash bin, in a burn bag, in a bag that is supposed to have a red toxic waste. It's incinerated at, I don't know, I'm going to make up a number, 5,000 degrees. That son of a gun will have every living organism in it burned. Or it's the same mask you wear in and out and over and here and there. So if it's supposed to really happen, that the mask is making a difference, you guys, I want you to think about this for a second. Look how quickly, the thing that scares the daylights out of me is how quickly you all fell into being cheap. How quickly somebody who is a political figure who gets their hair done because they're a political figure, I'm a public figure, how quickly they can use big words and the emergency of this and an order from this health department. And they use whatever licensing organization that owns you. Your nursing license, your contractor's license, your insurance business license, your sales, your hair cutting, beautician, cosmetology, whatever license that your liquor license, whatever gives you the privilege from your public servants, whatever their privilege of allowing you to work, they will threaten it or take it away. Health department will quarantine. Really? That's what you have to do today? Is to keep people from working out? They're going to have a heart attack. The weight people have gained, have you not seen their cholesterol? You think that? I think that is a much bigger problem than some 27-year-old who works out in a gym getting coronavirus, getting sick for 3 days and getting back to work. Oh, but he could pass it to his mother. Well, then fine. His mother, if she has comorbidities, have her wear the mask. You just told me it's supposed to be effective. Have her wear it. Oh, grandmother. Have grandma wear it. You're the one that said it's effective. She should be wearing it. If she has issues, if she's around people, then let her wear it. Well, I need to go to church. Well, no, you can't go to church because you can't sing. You can't do anything. 6 feet apart. Did I mention something about not wanting you to be around for Thanksgiving? We are thanking for what was given to us. Does that have anything to do with this wholesale attack? And if the politicians really believe this, if they think this is really a thing, then 2 days ago, Gavin Newsom would not be at the finest French restaurant called the French Laundry. Right? He would not be at the restaurant without a mask and next to people as if he has some superhuman. Maybe that's what it is. He is Superman, super immunity. If it was this serious, Governor Cuomo's little brother, what was his name, Freddie or Frankie or I forget, Fritzy? I don't remember. Governor Cuomo's little brother would not be seen with COVID, right? Remember that phony thing coming out of the basement of CNN? I am back. I have quarantined. He would not have been seen in the heat of his quarantine at his home that's under construction. Many miles away, he went there without a mask, and a guy riding his bicycle said, hey, aren't you Mr. Cuomo from CNN, and don't you have COVID, and what are you doing outside? And boy, did he get his bully, right? He got the little brown shirt conversation. Do you know who I am? I'm going to beat you. I'm going to punch you. You want a piece of me? Right? You see, because that's how they think. The left cannot convince you with facts. They have to bully you, threaten to take away your license, your regulatory rules, your whatever it is where their power comes in, instead of the old days, right? I may not agree with what you say, but I will defend to the death the right for you to say it. Remember that conversation? Why is it that you think that they have entered into this world where they have to be bullies? Because, look, you see it. You see it with today's brown shirts called Antifa, Black Lives Matter. Right? You're allowed to wear a BLM mask at Starbucks, but you can't wear a pro-Trump mask at Starbucks. You can't wear a pro-America, pro-police, pro-back the blue. Don't do that at Starbucks. Heaven forbid. What do you mean, the police? What do you think Starbucks is going to be robbed in the next, 2 weeks? And who are they going to call? The Department of Water and Power? Who are they going to call? The DMV? Motor vehicles? No, they're going to call the police. Some of the most hypocritical group of organization that you've ever seen is how the left uses violence to convince you that coronavirus and COVID and all that conversation is dirty, ugly, mean. Watch out, it's coming to get you, except if you are at a French restaurant. Well, I mean, I don't make the rules. Unless you're getting your hair done in San Francisco. No. Lori Lightfoot says it does not matter because she is a public figure. So she is allowed to get her hair done. I'm in front of the camera all the time. Do you know who I am? Listen, the moment we went past the flatten the curve conversation, and you guys fell for it, and so did I. It's about flattening the curve. We gave the benefit of the doubt to, quote, the healthcare emergency. Okay, I got it. I'm in. I'm a team player. I don't get sick. I get it. So we have the healthcare state of emergency. Let's flatten the curve. Suddenly we flatten the curve in 3.5, 4 weeks. And people said, any minute now, we should be back to normal. And they found a new way to change the rules. And you and I fell for it. We let them. And some.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. prices. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 888-431-0562. That's 888-431-0562. 888-431-0562. 888-431-0562.
Dish TV is better than cable TV. Here's why. Dish has the nation's lowest TV price, along with an award-winning DVR that can skip commercials, record 8 shows at once, and get access to thousands of movies at your fingertips. Cable simply can't even compare. So the smart choice is to cut the cable and get Dish. Plus, you get all these great TV features, free HD DVR upgrade, free installation, and free movie channels. Say goodbye to cable and get more with Dish TV. 877-290-7764, 877-290-7764. As an added bonus, you can switch to Dish now and receive a $50 Visa gift card. So call now and get Dish TV. Call 877-290-7764, 877-290-7764. That's 877-290-7764. Limited time offer, 24-month commitment and credit qualification required. Cancellation fee, monthly equipment fees, and other restrictions apply. Promotion can change at any time.
Friend, do you remember when it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank to expand a business, go on vacation, or buy a new car? Well, today, withdrawing your own cash has become a very risky business, according to The Secret War, a shocking new research report. I just read it. And folks, I was amazed to learn why banks are now required to spy on us for the government and then report any suspicious or unusual behavior. I suggest you get The Secret War free. Just call the number on the screen, no charge, from the folks at Swiss America, and get this. Did you know simply spending cash today may be enough to have you branded as a potential criminal? That's right. The new war on cash is really a war against all freedom-loving Americans. The Secret War is yours free, so call the number on the screen and you can tell them Pat Boone gave you the number.
As I mentioned, I'm Arif Halaby. Look, part of our conversations in my, 16 years. Next month will be 16 years on radio. Part of my conversations with you across these, nearly 2 decades has been about the understanding of truth. I get it if you like purple better than blue. If you think vanilla is better than chocolate, Ford is better than Chevy, I understand all that. We can agree to disagree, but just don't call a Volkswagen a Porsche, right? Don't call a Ferrari a nice little Fiat. They are different automobiles. We're going to never agree to disagree. I'm just going to call you wrong. Just like you would for me if I was to say up is down or left is right or black is white. You would say something is wrong. But what's happening across the board is the moment you have any kind of conversation or disagreement, or you question something like, okay, so wait a second. We have to, listen, we're flattening the curve. We're going to have to shut down businesses. I get it. When I would have believed them had the politicians said, listen, none of us are paying anybody. The entire state, you guys are going to work for free. We're going to, all the political leaders, all of the elected officials, 0 paychecks. I mean, give me something. But the governors of all these states, the mayors of all these cities, these people with real or phony doctors in front of their first name, right? They're a doctor in social sciences, and we call them doctors, and they're the healthcare advisor. Look, we have one in Los Angeles County. We have one in the state of California. They're kind of, sort of, maybe doctors. Don't pay them. You're not paying the hairstylists. You're not paying the restaurant owners, the bar owners. You're not paying countless individuals. If this is a real thing and we are in it together, gosh darn it, we will defeat this together. We are stronger together. I get it, but I didn't bring my boots. So stop the baloney. Right? Stop the BS. My shoes are getting dirty here, people. I paid a lot of money for these things. I like them. I like my shoes. I don't like your BS. Because I bought it. I bought it for the first 4.5 weeks, 3.5 weeks. When you said flatten the curve, I did it. And then you claim some emergency powers, Mrs. Gretchen, Michigan governor lady. What? Excuse me? No boats? You can't have a boat on the lake because the wind could pass. Did you fail 8th grade science? A virus is barely a living object. A virus is very sensitive. In other words, it will die with friction, change in heat or cold, change in temperature rapidly, a change in all sorts of pressure. I mean, gosh, a virus, I get it. Listen, it's deadly. You don't have to go to the extreme to make some crazy point. I understand people die. It's sad. I've seen it. It's horrible. I get it. But Gretchen Whitmer, why is it that your husband gets to order his boat to go down to the marina and you just get to say sorry? Why is it Gavin Newsom gets to go to a restaurant and say, I will make better choices. I take personal responsibility. What the heck does that mean? Are you writing a check to somebody? Are you going to go sit in the corner for time out? You don't get your dessert tonight. You have to eat double vegetables. What is the responsibility? Where do you get in trouble? What does that mean? I take responsibility. Bad decision. No kidding. As they say, no kidding, Sherlock. You guys know the other word I won't use on my friends on FCC radio. I get it. You made a mistake. Or you really don't believe this, and we caught you. And it's okay. Listen, everybody tries to pull a trick on somebody once in a while. Look at YouTube. You can see every day there's this little prankster, and she opens the refrigerator and some water falls on her head, or the guy goes to hit a golf ball and it's really, chalk and poof, and ha ha ha, we get it, the joke is over. Why is it that you get to continue to be in office and you have any credibility? Any, zero. Why do you have 1 ounce of credibility when it comes to, I need to wear a mask and I have to shut my business down and my employees don't get paid, and what do we get to tell them for Christmas? Sorry, here's some coal? Or do you want an orange? And why are you guys not in the streets? Right? BLM kids with their student loan money, and Antifa with their trust funds and their credit cards and their Apple Pay. Why aren't you threatening these people? Why don't you dox some of these leaders and go bug them when they're trying to have dinner? Right? Listen, I'm not for violating any law anywhere, anytime. But, excuse me, ma'am, Seattle, Portland, why is it okay again to destroy property that I've worked my whole life for? And I invest everything, and I work 20 hours a day, and I built my business, whether it's a liquor store or a barber shop, or whether it's a dry cleaner. I worked my whole life for this. My dad came to this country, guys, legally, as a legal immigrant. And the left tries to get you to switch the words around. And it's a bunch of far lefty, progressive leaders that are using these people. Just you wait. The far left will eat itself. Antifa hates the current Democrat Party. Stand by, because only one of them can live by the end of next year. Whether Kamala Harris uses them as her frontline force, as her enforcers. Remember when they go out in front of the public and they say, this is bad, don't do this anymore, this is not good, don't do this. And then behind the scenes, all of the things that they do to push the agenda through force, to intimidate you, to scare you, to take away your liquor license, to take away your license, your health department license, to take away your ability to operate, to work. Listen, I applaud the mayors, the governors. I applaud you guys that say, you know what? No, thank you. We're not interested in shutting down our economy again. Texas and Florida. Right? Florida has a law that is pushing. It says, you want to be one of those Antifa thugs and come to my property. You can protest all day long, stay in the street, protest. You come on my property, you start destroying it or threatening me and my family. I can now take action, not only physically to defend my family from an imminent threat, but I can sue you. I can sue everybody up the chain. You guys have to stand up. I'm sorry. I wish it wasn't that way. I wish it was the day of your parents, your grandparents, the day of old where you had a wonderful time and you walked to the corner store and got a Slurpee. I get it. I wish it was that day. Surprise, sorry, it's not. You want your kids to live in a life of intimidation and threats? Because that's the way it is. Those that threaten the most, those that scream the loudest, those that have this depth of conversation about how racist you are. You know who wins out of this whole conversation? The real racists. the David Dukes, the Louis Farrakhans, because they actually get what they want. They wanted separate black graduations at Yale. They wanted separate dorms at Stanford and at Harvard. They wanted to have these black study programs where white people have to sit in the middle of the mush pot and have things thrown at them. And they have to sit there with their stringy, wet hair in the middle and claim the shame. That's what they want. And guess what? Society stood by and gave it to them. Society gave them, through this coronavirus phoniness. Again, it's a real virus. Real people get sick. So does the flu. So does the mumps and the measles, which are way more contagious, by the way. Yeah, it's sad. But when you have medical doctors lying on death certificates, when you have coroners and hospital administrators lying, telling people that were killed in car accidents or motorcycle accidents or stabbing, this is all firsthand information, by the way, putting on their death certificate that they died of COVID. And you're like, well, was there COVID on the end of that knife? I just want to know. Or was the asphalt made of COVID when their motorcycle crashed? Because if that's the only way that the hospitals are getting paid, you really don't think that some of these numbers might be inflated? Listen, guys I'm speaking to, they expect 60 to 80% of these numbers to be wrong. That means this is no worse than a bad flu or maybe even a so-so flu. Horrible, sad. You guys need to stand up. If you have information like that, you can give us a call. You can talk to... Listen, you're not going to get it on social media because they're going to shut you down. But get onto Parler. Get onto some of those other chat sites that are legitimate, that are fair. Or you can give us a call at 855-732-5563. That's 855-REAL-JOE. I'm Arif Halaby. Get onto the chat room. Go to the website, therealside.com. Love to hear from you.
Mom, thank God you're going to be okay.
So relieved. But you both should know when my time comes, I have a final expense policy with Senior Care USA.
Is Senior Care USA the life insurance policy that helps loved ones pay for funeral expenses and other debts? Bill and I called to get more information.
Yes, and there's an immediate payout of up to $50,000.
If you're over 50, call Senior Care USA now to learn more about final expense insurance plans.
There's no medical exam, even if you have a pre-existing condition like I do. When I called, the quote was free, and there was no pressure.
I found out that policies start for as little as 35 cents a day. Rates will never increase and coverage won't decrease.
I'm going to call today.
Ask about the free prescription discount card. Oh, I'm so glad you'll be taken care of.
Call 1-800-822-7419. That's 1-800-822-7419.
But is it? It's really just the beginning, right? Have you written a book and want it published but don't know where to start? You're not alone. Page Publishing cuts through the confusion that most new authors face, like copyright protection, barcodes, printing, and digital uploading. We will get your book into bookstores now. We guide you through the publishing maze and help you distribute and sell your work in hard copy and ebook formats. That's right. We will digitize and place your book for sale on Amazon, Apple iBooks, and Google, offering it to millions. Don't waste another minute. Most publishers won't even look at new author submissions, but we're different. We review your book and provide you feedback in about a week. If we decide to publish your book, your work ends and ours begins. From copy editing and proofing to typesetting and book cover art, our team gets you into bookstores fast.
Call 1-877-461-5033.
Does your current bathroom need to be updated immediately? Introducing One Day Bath and Shower Remodeling, the complete and hassle-free way to get the new bathroom of your dreams in as little as 1 day and for as little as $199 a month. Yes, the experts at One Day Bath and Shower Remodeling will come to you
anywhere in the country and show you all the customized options. Now you can have a brand new bathroom in as little as 1 day. Large or small bathrooms, if you want a new bathtub or shower installed, we can do it in as little as 1 day. And if you call right now, you can save $750 off your remodel. We make it easy by offering you financing as low as $199 per month. So for as little as $199 a month, you can finally have the bathroom of your dreams. Call now to schedule your free in-home consultation.